Alright, welcome back. I am way out here watching the sunrise. Got a creeper running around down there. And I came out here to my good old sand pit. Haven't been here in a while. Let's see, I am about 1800 blocks from home. Well, I came out here to gather resources for my next build. I don't think I really needed the sand because I still have a lot left, but I was like, you know what? Let me take a trip out there and just get more for the hell of it. I had to come halfway out here anyway because I wanted gneiss, which, check this out. I got 6 stacks of natural gneiss and a bunch of cobblestone gneiss, rock, whatever. Here's some other stuff. So I was out here and I may have not even recorded this, but I found something interesting. So before I pick up any of this sand, let me just head over this way. Now this is at the edge of as far as I've explored in this world. I've never went further than this, in this direction, in any direction, but in this direction specifically, I never came further than this. Once I found this sand, that's what I was looking for. Oh, there's a fruit tree over there. I should go check that out before I head back in. I will. So when I was looking for sand, I came all the way out here. I found the sand, and I never went any further. So just now when I was coming out here, I actually came up way over in that direction. And now you could see that there's like the chunks are acting funny over here. And this was a while ago, by the way. I loaded those chunks a while ago. You can see there's a clear divide right down the middle here. And when I get to getting back here, if you could see off in the distance there, we got cactus. Yep, cactus. Now, cactus didn't exist in TFC when I first came back here, when I first came to that sand pit. So these were new loaded chunks that I just loaded right now as I was coming back here, and you could see the clear divide here. This is actually sand underneath the water, and this is gravel. Now what was interesting was the cactus and black sand. Oh, that breaks easy as hell. So now I got black sand. This is exactly what I was looking for. Well, I mean, I wanted it. I don't really need it. I mean, it's good to have decorations. And this is like gray sand. Right? So here's like the gray sand, here's the black sand, and then the white sand, which was down there. So since I'm here, I'm going to load up on black sand. I'm going to get some cactus. I did have a problem with the game crashing when I came into this new loaded area. So let me get me some cactus, as much as I could carry. Oh, there's some more over there. Any fruit trees back here? So this ain't the time really for exploring. There will be a time for exploring later. Which gets me to thinking, since I'm on the topic, I'm definitely going to do that expedition to the equator to get kapok wood. Definitely needs to be done. I've been waiting for a while. Actually, I was really waiting for Simply Horses to come out because I wanted a horse to get me there and back quicker. But I don't think, I just have no idea when the mod's going to come out, so it's time to do it without the horse. I'm at the point where I could use the wood for a build, which is what I'm doing right now. I do want the purple wood. So actually I'm going to do the build first, and I'll go get the wood a different time. You know, probably right after, well, not right after the build because I got something else to do after that, and then I'll go get the wood. Then that'll be that expedition. So we're getting a decent amount of, yeah, and that's the second time I came across that. I think these cows are killing each other. And you see I already had leather and steak, or yeah, steak in my, is there another dead one over there? Yeah, there is. That's so weird. What are they doing to each other out here in the wilderness? more gabbro up there. And looks like these cactus already broke. I guess I could start my own cactus farm now, right? With I got enough sand, and that looks cool when they grow on the black sand. It really does. This is cool. I like exploring. It's really fun seeing new things. Another thing I don't have is chestnut wood. Wow, this is a lot of black sand. Yeah, I don't have chestnut wood. I thought I had all the types of wood, but I do not have some, so I'm hoping I'll come across some of that sometime soon. This shovel just tears this sand to shreds. This is a steel shovel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather some resources here. It's basalt. I'll fill up my inventory with resources. And you know what? When I'm done here, I will cut back into the gneiss mine. It's just so I can show you that, you know, so you see it. You saw where I mined out all that gneiss. So let me get these resources. Let me fill up with sand. Pretty much that's all I want. Half gray sand, half black sand. Alright, here's my little gneiss farm, or my gneiss quarry. If you remember, I found the gneiss at the end of this underground ravine, the one that was filled with water when I was looking for the garnerite. Kind of small. All I did was I got my 6 stacks, a bunch of rock here. I actually brought a lot of the extra rock and stored it up in my shed, my outpost that's up there. I don't know, in case I need some really quick. I can just go grab it from there. I also got, this is what I ended up getting for sand. 7 stacks of gray sand, 7 stacks of black sand, 28 cactus. That thing I thought was a fruit tree wasn't. And I'm hard pressed to find fruit trees in this world, man. I'm really not. I'm not getting anything different. I always come across ones I already have. But anyway, I did also quarry claystone, and that was way back in the it's over in the gravity cave. This, by the way, this pick just tears right through this stuff, so it was pretty quick. Look at this. I was able to get this in like less than a half hour. Yeah, so I got the claystone. I was able to bring that back home before I came out here. And you know what? I'll just head back over there. I'll just cut to that right about now. Alright, here it is, the claystone quarry. A bit bigger than the gneiss. There's just more space to go back with this one. I was actually looking for siltstone. I wanted siltstone because it's a bit more reddish, but this will work out just fine. I actually only need 1 single block of it, but I was like, you know what? Since I'm here, might as well take. I think I ended up getting 4 natural stacks and then a bunch of rock from whatever I picked up from getting those natural stacks. Yeah, so that'll work. It'll work. Definitely work for what I need it for. So I think I have everything now. I'm gonna head back and we'll get started. As you can see, my energy is a bit low there. It was a lot low before. It was below halfway. I was kind of recklessly running around at nighttime, and I took a bit of a beating. At one point, I think I fell off a cliff and I was fighting 4 spiders at the same time. Alright, so here I am back at the site, the construction site. I see all I did off camera was level the ground out here. I settled on this level. And if you look at the back wall here, this is what it's going to look like. So I just did 1 layer, well, like 2, really 1, 2 levels. This side is going to need a lot of carving, this side's going to need filling in. But it's going to be like, just like this, like pushed back a little bit on a slant. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna have to. I got a ton of wood on me here. As you can see, I'm gonna set up scaffolding all up there. Cause the first thing I'm gonna do is the top, the sky. That's what's gonna get done first, and then I'll work my way down to the walls. Will get done. It's just the walls just gonna need some filling right there, and a lot of filling right here. Then we'll figure out on what I'm gonna do down here. Fix this wall back here. But today I'm gonna start on the sky and see how much of that I'm gonna get done. I don't know how project is gonna go. I'm guessing there's gonna be a lot of cave-ins, so I got myself some black stone, basalt, natural basalt. I got a lot of wood here for planks. And this thing has been hanging out back here. I don't know what's wrong with them. Anyway, if he gets annoying, I'll have to fight him. But the ceiling, yeah, it's going to be a little concave. That's why I'm not going to set up support beams or anything. If it caves in, that's fine. I'll just clean it up and rebuild it to the exact way I want it. So let me set up this scaffolding. Alright, I basically built the floor because I really don't feel like falling 50 times. So here's the ceiling, what it looks like. It's nice and jagged. I figured this would be the we'll use this as the ceiling. Were you coming up here with me now? Dude, you're asking for it. You're pushing your luck. So anyway, I'm not gonna fill anything in now. I'll just get rid of what shouldn't be there, what's hanging too low. Basically, this is my plan. First thing I'm gonna do is start off. I'm gonna make a glass sphere right in the center, and I'm gonna fill it with lava. And that is gonna be the sun. It's gonna be the central source of light in this area too. That shouldn't be too difficult. Shouldn't take too long. Should get that done today. Now, after that, what I'm going to do is chisel out little planets. They're not going to be too big. I think the biggest one is just going to be a regular block with one extra slab added onto it. I wanted to keep them relatively small because the sun itself isn't going to be too big. So I don't want the proportion to be all whacked. And even after that, I'm even thinking about trying to do some constellations in the sky. And I would be able to do that by just using a piece of chalkstone and chiseling it down to 1 pixel, 1 microblock. And that could be a star. And then just make the shape out of it. And you fit a few of them up here. So that's the plan. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I have been working a lot off camera in a practice world to get my my sphere creating and chiseling a little bit better than what it is now. Because it's surprisingly difficult to build a sphere in Minecraft, but it's even more difficult to chisel one down in TerraFirmaCraft. Like building it with regular sized blocks is one issue, but then trying to chisel one out of a block is it's totally different. But they're really small, and if you know anything about creating spheres in Minecraft, oh, there we go, there's one cave in. The smaller they are, the less they look like a sphere, but there's just nothing you could do about that. Alright, so what I have to do is figure out how the wall is going to be up here. So it looks like how this back wall is going to be. I haven't, yeah, I do have some on me. Alright. So this block is right here, so I could safely put it anywhere. Just do that. So I'm going to definitely have to make that extra extra bucket, blue bucket for lava. How many of these? There's 4. I'm not doing the whole thing. This is just so I know what my boundaries are while I'm up here. Yeah, and is that right? Yeah, that's right. Oh, no, that's not right. So I'm gonna have to carve this out here. Alright, so let me just carve this out up here. I don't want to waste too much time. And we'll get started. Oh, wow, that was a big one. Oh, damn. And there was like only 2 more blocks I had to break and that would have been finished. Alright, let me clean all this up now. Alright, cleaned all that up. So I did a little fill-in over here. Ceiling is pretty jacked up, but that's fine. I stuffed like the really deep holes with bricks. That's just what I'm going to use for fill-in, and then the bottom layer will be the straight up basalt rock. So, anyway, here's the plan. This will be the center of the sun right here. It's about center with the end wall and right here, this edge. And the widest part of the sun is going to be on this level right here. The reason for that is this is going to be the ecliptic. This is going to be the plane where the planets lie. And I wanted it on this level because when you're walking over here, you're still kind of looking up at the planets. I didn't want there to be you to be looking downward at them if you're standing on this. So I didn't want them to go down too low. I think that level is perfect. Now to do that, to get that started, let me just drop that there. Now I'm kind of like, I did this before in a test world, but I'm still like not too sure how this is going to work out. Actually, is it just me or is this not looking centered anymore? Well, actually, this is 10 spaces and that's 9 spaces from this center block, so I can't center it any more than that. Let me see, is this centered? 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 6. Yeah, that's about as centered as it's gonna get. Alright, had to make a quick change. Actually, it was too thin in here, the wall. I had 6 blocks on this. I had 5 blocks on this side, 6 on this side, so I just had to knock the wall back 1 block here and just change this a little bit. So now this is 7 blocks in the middle instead of 6. So anyway, odd numbers make for better, well, they make for even center points. So, alright, that's settled. Now, to finish this up. Now I want the base, the wide part of the sun is going to be up here. So what I have to do is this. I smelted up some glass, by the way, ahead of time. I just hope I don't end up breaking a lot of pieces because I know I'm going to make mistakes. Now this is how I make my spheres. I never made a huge, ginormous sphere, so you probably have a different technique if you're making the gigantic ones. Alright, that's at the right level, right? Yeah. Yeah. This is the widest part of the sphere right here. Alright. Oh, I have to dig into here a little bit. Don't cave in, don't cave in. Alright. And I put these pieces right here. I might have to smelt up some more actually. This looks like it's going to take a lot of glass. Here's the crappy part. Now I have to get up into the ceiling right here. Let me knock out a few of these blocks. Alright, no cave in. I'm going to have to go higher into the ceiling, but I think this will be good for right now. Now at this point, what I do is that, and this goes 3 high. And I just do that same design I did on the floor here on every single side. So no, I'm gonna have to break that level of blocks right here. Let's go no cave in. I think I'm definitely gonna need more glass. Let's see, I'm kind of confusing myself here. No, I ain't, just like that. There we go, and then go right. Alright, sorry, I think I'm confusing myself a little bit here, but I'm pretty sure it goes like this. 1, 2, and yeah, I was right. 3. 1, 2, 3. There, I mean, it's hard because it's made out of glass, so you're looking through it. You really can't see it. And then I got half of it going up into the ceiling here, which makes it more difficult. But I'm just going to keep repeating this pattern here. Here we go. I got to break this now. There's definitely going to be another cave in. Two, 3, and I'm gonna have to get up on top of this thing too to do the top. Alright, making a sphere in Minecraft. Alright, so let me finish this. What I'm going to do is just same thing right here. And, you know, this one's basically done already, this side. 2, 3. And, oh, I got to fix that. That's alright, I'm going to be digging up there in a minute. Alright, so there it is. There's the cube part of the sphere. Now everything else is on the outside. But let me knock out a few of these roof blocks here, these ceiling blocks. Hopefully I don't get a cave in. And you know what? I might actually even go make more glass, because I'm going to need a little bit more. Alright, I took out a few blocks up there. I'm going to have to get more, but I'm going to have to get up there first. So now I could lay glass in the middle here because I'm going to need it to stand on when I actually fill this thing up with lava. So I'm not worried about wasting these pieces. Alright, yeah, I may not have to break that level of blocks. What I'm gonna do here is actually let me do that. Yeah, actually I am gonna have to do, because I'm gonna have to stand up there. But not right now, so I'm using these because they're gonna get broke. Why is it double tapping like that? So that's basically it. Let me, whatever, I'll just break that. So you can't really see what I'm doing from the top. But this is basically all I'm doing. And I'm going to do this on each side. Use this so I remember to break it, because if it's glass you'll just see right through it and forget it's there, and it will mess it up when you pour lava inside. And that's it. If you do that on all four sides, you end up with a sphere. Well, as spherical as you're going to get at this size. It's hard to see because it's glass. If you did this with solid bricks, you would see it a lot better. But when I fill it with lava, you'll be able to see the sphere inside. I think I should leave one side open. And of course I got to do the bottom too. Alright, what I'm going to do now, so now that I got... Actually, I don't think I need to leave one side open. I could close it up. I'm going to have to carve out even more of this ceiling now. And I got these pieces here. You know what, I can cover this up. I'll just have to get inside it from the top from now. If not, it's just glass. I could break a few. Alright, so once again, let me clear some more of this out along the sides here. And pray I don't get a cave in. Oh, there it is. There it is. So I got a cave in. It's alright, let me clear this out now. Alright guys, here's what happened. Do you know sometimes how you forget to hit the record button and after you're done you go to turn fraps off and you're like, why did fraps just turn on? Oh, it's because I didn't turn it on 2 hours ago when I started recording. So that's kind of what happened. After I left, after I went to make more glass and break a few blocks on the ceiling, I shut fraps off, and when I came back to finish this recording, I just did not hit the record button again. And what I did in that time was I completed this sphere, I filled it with lava, and I smoothed it out the whole ceiling. Well, I made it smooth. I didn't actually make smooth stone. So I'm gonna turn around and you're gonna see. You ready? I hope you're not too angry at me. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Well, let's start with the ceiling first. Here it is. I made it all even. This is what I meant by I want the ceiling to be a little bit concave. This little indentation here in the middle. I did the back here. This is what the whole thing is going to look like as I go down. See, this all got to be broke. Here's the sphere. Here's the sun. I can't remember exactly where I left off, but when I finished it, to finish it, you just put these little, it looks like a plus sign. You just block off the opening with these on all 6 sides. And I think that's a pretty decent looking sphere at this size. I filled it with lava. It took about 12 trips, exactly 12 trips, because I only have 2 buckets. So you didn't miss much, but it still pisses me off that I forgot to record it. It happens every once in a while. And the other thing is I actually messed up when I was building this. It's 1 block higher than I wanted it to be. So this is the widest part of the sphere right here, and that is at this level. I wanted it to be at this level. What that meant, it really wasn't a big deal. Actually, is that 2 blocks higher than I wanted it? It's higher than I wanted it. Let's just put it that way. What that meant was the ceiling had to go up higher, which is not a big deal, just a little bit more work. But it's the miscalculation again on my part that pisses me off more than anything. And then I realized that this actually I want to take off this layer of block here. Because if the planets are going to be on this level, some of them will be touching the ceiling, and I don't want that. But I'm going to do that off camera. I'm not doing that now. I was literally playing for 2 hours without recording anything, and I thought I was recording. So I don't even know how long this episode is going to be. But I was done. I think, well, to fill more time in, what I'll do now is I'll get started on doing the planets. I'll do Mercury now because it's a tiny planet and it'll like literally take me a minute to finish. Yeah, I could do that now. I'm not going to do anything big right now. That, that like takes the wind out of you when you're playing for that long and you forget to record. I'll talk about it another day. So for Mercury, I'm going to use this slate brick because it kind of, in real life, Mercury is a very small planet that's closest to the sun and it's like burnt to a crisp. There's nothing there. So this slate is kind of like that. I didn't want it to be too dark because if it was dark, if I would have used chert, which was my original um, block of choice, you just wouldn't really be able to see it against this black sky. So the slate does good enough. Now, because these regular blocks can't um, sit in open space, I'm going to have to just pull a little trickery here, smooth it down, and now I'll be able to place it like right here out in the open. To do that, I could take these and right there is where it's going to be. It's very close to the sun. And that's what I mean by it's got to be able to sit out in open space. Like the other ones are going to be way out here, back here, and circling the whole thing. Alright, so let's do a quick chisel job on this thing. Now, I'm going to have to chisel it 5 times on each dimension. And I could play with the positioning a little bit more because this is getting chiseled down so much. So actually I want it to go back this way a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go out a little more. 1, 2. 3, 3, 4. You gotta hit it one more time. You know what? Like, oops. Let's keep it a little bit close because there's really. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do it from right there. 5. Alright. I gotta get back up here. And I gotta do the bottom and top too. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. Alright. Now that's the little bit of stone that I'm going to be working with here just to make Mercury. Real tiny. Can knock it out really quick. Alright, and to do that, this is the best idea I could come up with. I'm trying to make this spherical. And like I mentioned before, as you know in Minecraft, the smaller you go, the harder it is to make something look like a sphere. And that's it. Just make that little plus sign on all 6 sides. There. I don't have to do the top, bottom, or that side because it all works out. And that's Mercury. There you go. So now you get an idea of what I'm doing here. Obviously, I thought it was actually breaking apart when I hit it like that. Obviously, the bigger planets are going to be a lot better looking. They're going to be more spherical looking. When I get to Saturn, it's going to look nice, trust me. So, in real life, I love astronomy, so this project was fun to plan, and it's fun to make, and it's just going to look cool to have it in here. But that's it for today. I apologize if this is running a little bit short. I don't even know what the final time of this video is going to be. because all the footage I just lost. But next time I'm going to get started on the other planets from the closest out, so definitely going to do Venus, Mars, and Earth next. I don't know if I'll get to the bigger ones. These things are a bit of work to chisel out, especially Saturn, because it has the ring. And oh yeah, I'm going to make the ring. When I'm done with all that, I'm going to see if I could get constellations up in the sky too. That's going to look cool. Like I think I mentioned, it's just chiseling down chalk rock into one micro block and then making the constellations out of that. It's going to look cool when it's all together. So, like I said, I'm going to peel off this layer of sky here, this block, but I'll do that off camera. That'll be ready for next time when I'm ready to film again. And alright, yep, that's it for today. Definitely come back and check out how I'm going to do all the other plans, because it's going to look really nice when it's done. This is just to give you a little taste of how they're going to look. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Later.